Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this work. This work is a joint work with the Professor Asano of National Institute of Informatics. That's national means the Japan here. And I'm the last speaker of this technical session, and I will keep it very short. Here is the motivation and objectives of this work. As you know, there are many different global life-threatening concerns, and certainly the climate change and pandemic, those are two of major concerns. And the reason why I picked those two terms here is the same approach can apply to reduce these concerns. So that's why I picked those two. But here in this symposium, climate change is the primal focus here. And life means, and not only our lives, but also including the future generation lives, and particularly concerning the climate change, the impact on the future generations will be greater. And as hearing the many talks in this symposium, there are many different technology and solutions to reduce these concerns. That's a good news. And there will be more in the future, and there will be a better technology and solution will appear in the future. So I think we need to verify the effectiveness of technology and solutions. And effectiveness, and in a positive way, we should encourage the effective solution to be promoted and expanded. We shouldn't look at in negative way. We promote the good solution to be encouraged. In this sense, the ICT can play an important role to verify the effectiveness of technology and solutions. And what's the definition of effectiveness? I'm not really the expert on those measurements and metrics and methodologies. I'm hearing this symposium, but there are certainly those areas very, very important to work out to get the clear, understandable, good definition of effectiveness. But by using those effectiveness definitions, we can approach, and here our approach is based on the network and could be viewed as the area or region-based management type of approach. Here, area means certainly the physical geographical area in a real world, but also include the virtual area, maybe in a cyber world, or even organization or industry, or those kind of things can be included in this area. So our approach to identify and separate problem areas from other healthy, good areas. Obviously, problem area is the adopted technology and solution may not be effective. And good, healthy area, the adaptive technology and solution will be effective in this area. By doing this kind of work, we certainly need many, many different monitored data, and a large network based on the monitoring devices could be required. And those data should be timely collected, and maybe sometime in real time. In this sense, the particularly ITUT can play a good, important role to establish this kind of a network system based on ID devices. And this network can deliver the device information and attributes, and those information to be conveyed to users who can make a good use of those data. And furthermore, some international institutes coordinate those activities and analysis and promote efforts. I understand there are many local and international institutes working on this climate change and environmental issues. but somehow those efforts and activities need to be coordinated more. And so I think we need to have some kind of international institute. Maybe my expectation is the ITU to take a role of good in this direction. This shows the action flows of improvements, and I'm not going to get into details of these flows, but I would like to emphasize one thing is, again, in positive way, we should look into what is the effective technology and solution, what is the good area. Try not to look at the negative way of these flows and activities. And the information flow collected by the kind of a sensor network or devices, there are many small information, but could be the number could be very huge. So this figure is showing kind of layered structure of information flow. First, regionally collected data and centralized and processed and get the result to the people and an end user. And this approach is has another view or good things to provide. Looking at this kind of function of ID providers and information provider, each individual monitoring device, the information collected by that device, the information value could be relatively small, and there will be limitation. However, collected those data and analyzed and processed in a way, and after that kind of processing, the result and the information, the value will be significant. And so those increased information value could be provided to the users and people who can make use of good use of those information. And here is I'm showing saying the ID network. It didn't appear the last figure, but this is kind of viewed as the overlaid network over the public network. And I'm going to show in that a little bit more details on that. And looking at this ID network system, there are certainly many different standardization requirements. And obviously, interfaces between device and network, physical, logical layers, those are required. And procedure to identify and verify the exchange device ID and attributes. Those somehow it's called the name resolution or ID name resolution protocol. Those things could be included in this area. And the third point is, I think this is very particularly important to process, maintain accuracy of data. The collected data, whether those data are accurate or good data or not, those data could be collapsed by intentional or by unintentional codes, or could be intentional codes. So we need to have a process to maintain accuracy of data. And in ITUT, there are already ID-related activities ongoing. JCA means the Joint Coordination Activity. NID is the Network ID. And there's also ID management. IDM is the IDM management. And GSI stands for the Global Standardization Initiative. And I'm not going to get into the details of those activities, but you can find those good information in those ITUT website. However, I certainly view those two different areas work needed. But I view it required some more coordination between those two areas as well, particularly in terms of terminologies and architecture model. And this is kind of a combined, those two, NID and IDM work combined together into one architecture model. end system of NID, it's called terminal, but IDM called the entity. But it's basically the same thing. And terminal end system and services are connected through the public network. Public network could be the NGN in a view. And within the service, there is a relying party that provide the services or information to the user entity. An identity provider, that this provides the authentication and security mechanism of exchanging data. And going back to the, our approach of ID network system, we view the identity provider portion, the security mechanism and the authentications and so on, could be overlaid over the public network. And this architecture model network is, could be viewed as the, within the scope of NGN, I believe. NGN has a very good, big scope included. So even this overlaid portion could be part of NGN architecture. And this is the last figure I have. And I view the relationship between ID management and network ID important. Network ID is looking at network aspect of ID system, and ID management is certainly the management portion of ID system. And those two area of work are really required, and those two are compensate each other in terms of management and network aspect. And combine those together, or the these two areas based on the ID network system things. And this, by using this kind of network, some more coordination and evaluation analysis of data could be done, and can be used to reduce the climate change of concern. And that's the end of my talk, but hearing the previous speakers and so on, probably building a network itself is not really sufficient. I understand we really need to change our attitudes and behavior and thinking way. That's more important, but network could help a little bit. Thank you very much.